Hello and welcome to the Justin Hamilton podcast. On today's episode, we welcome Dave Anthony back to talk about how great everything is in the world. So that's fun. And a minute bit of Oscars talk. It had just finished after we began recording, and but not a huge amount because Dave doesn't really engage with it, but there was something that did happen that made me very happy, so I had to bring it up while it was still fresh in my mind. So anyway, you're in for a, you know what, on typical kind of Dave podcast. So everything from the way it begins to the things we talk about. It's all great. And an update on how his son's career is progressing. If you don't follow Dave on any of the socials, you should check it out. That kid has a heck of an arm. So it's a fun thing that's just kind of become a part of the regular podcast. Before we get right into it, a big thank you to everyone in Adelaide who came to my works in progress at the Adelaide Fringe. I really appreciate you coming along. It was very last second, and it was a really good opportunity for me to try some new material out, play around with some new ideas, and I reckon there's probably a show there. So maybe I'll tinker with it here, tinker with it there. Maybe there'll be, I don't know. Maybe I'll be at the festivals next year, but I took a lot of confidence away from it, and I had a really good time as well. So thank you to everyone who took the time to come and check it out. And I know a number of you used the discount that you found through the newsletter. So yes, if anyone who is listening would like to sign up to the fortnightly newsletter that I put out, not only do you get little stories, some updates on work that I'm producing at the moment, but you also will get passwords that allow you to get cheaper tickets to any shows that I am putting on. So you can find the sign up page for the newsletter at my website, justinhamilton.com.au. You can also, through that, contact me. We're getting some good questions that I'm adding to the newsletter as well. So any questions that you would like to ask me, I'm more than happy to throw them into the newsletter and have that direct connection. I'm trying to avoid social media, trying to avoid algorithms and stuff like that. So if you like my work, the newsletter is a good way to have it direct and not, be wondering if anything's kind of getting through. Uh, yes. So you know what? Why don't we just get into the podcast with Dave? But hang around, and I'll come back at the end and talk about some other things that are coming up. But for now, let's bring in Dave Anthony.
Oh, hold on. Yeah.
Oh, you're already being spoken to.
Someone started to come in and then they left. So
Yeah, they knew. They knew it was about to be some hard hitting podcasting.
I assume it was a wife situation.
All right. See, if it's me, I just figure it's a murderer.
I mean, it could have been a murder. It could have been both.
It
Could
could
have
have been
been in the same person.
a murdering wife.
A wife murder.
Yes. Oh, okay. That's
Hmm.
exciting.
Mm.
Um, have you ever met a wife murderer before?
Well, by that I mean a wife who murders, not a
Yes.
murder of wives. Yeah,
Yes.
no, I don't think I have met a wife murderer.
Well, you wouldn't know, really, would you? They could still be a super
Well,
fan.
if I was married to the wife, then yes, I would not know. But if it was a wife who'd murdered somebody else, then I could
Yeah.
easily have met that person.
Unless, yes. And they may have gotten away with it and they're just a super fan of Gareth. I feel like in the pie chart, there's an
Hmm.
overlap, right?
Hmm. People don't know this, but 50% of marriages end with a wife murdering the husband.
Yes.
It's a fact.
Yeah,
And we can just say facts on podcasts now.
exactly. This is the most factual podcast that's ever existed. And I'm not going to look any of that up, but I'm going to tell
Nope,
everyone that's what Dave told me. So it
that's
must be
right.
true.
I heard it on a podcast.
I would actually say that is a good sign.
Hmm.
It's one of the percentages that's going up that I'm right behind.
It is a good percentage.
Yeah.
Let's get it higher, ladies.
Yeah. So it's a single guy who is going to make sure that he doesn't end up in a situation like that.
You can find someone to marry when you're ready to go.
Yes,
When you're ready to be taken off the earth, you can find a lady.
I've had enough, and you seem pretty murdery, and I
That's
like
right.
that in my
Yep.
wives.
Yep.
So let's check out.
Literally, you can just do it in a day.
Yep. Don't tell me. I want it to be a surprise. Give me a cake. I think it's the cake. I get through the cake. It's not the cake.
Yep.
That's cool.
That's it.
We go.
While the cake is in your mouth.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
In the
That's the way
cake
to
hole.
go. Yep.
That's the movie that'll be made for television.
That's right. In the cake hole.
In the cake hole. When Justin Hanson got murdered. Anyway, this has gone exactly how I planned, and I'm just so excited for you because your country's at war again, and
What do you mean?
it would have been a couple of weeks.
I don't even pay attention to the wars we're in anymore. Are we at war right now? I stopped caring.
Really, but they're so
They're
what
so
America
boring.
does.
Oh my God, we're in another war. Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
Whatever. Is this one any different than the other ones that we've
yeah.
lost? Is it any different than the other wars we've lost since World War II? All of them?
Well, so far you haven't lost it yet. This could be a
We've
win.
lost this one already. We've
Have
totally
you?
lost this one.
No.
Fuck yes, we've absolutely lost this war.
But your commander in chief is on top of it from a distance. Like
Mm,
he hasn't, he's a smart commander in chief. No George Bush landing on an aircraft carrier declaring victory.
no, this one will just tweet it.
Yeah, from his home while having a
Yeah,
shit.
from his what used to be a brothel, but is now just called Mar-a-Lago.
It's just great. What do you reckon's next? Because
For us?
yeah, because it's Venezuela and now it's Iran. And what do you reckon?
Oh, it's Cuba.
Cuba.
It's Cuba for sure. But that's
Yeah.
if we can get out of this.
Mm.
I mean, we're starving Cuba to death, right? You
Yes.
guys aware of that down there? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're just going to let that continue.
Yeah.
And then yeah, this is an empire ending clusterfuck. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out because it's the end of an empire.
Yes.
Usually
Yes.
it happens slowly, but he really he really fucked this one up.
Mate, time is exponentially getting quicker. No time to dilly-dally. Let's get it done. It's exciting.
And look, I'm all for it. Like our empire, we need to go. Like we're just a fucking menace. So
Yeah.
take America down.
Yeah.
Let's just get to it. We're a disaster.
So
You guys are also going to get taken down with us though because of the whole gasoline thing.
no, we're really good that way. We're really good that way because what's going on in Australia is we have continued our proud tradition of having no enemy of any real sort. And then another country says, hey, did you know that country called you gay? And we're like, what the fuck? Let's go. We're over there when we're running over in our thongs and our Okanui shorts. And we're like, yeah, we like war too. We'll help out.
Yeah.
We've got a plane.
Yeah. It's good. Smart.
It's smart. It's smart.
Definitely attach yourself to the big idiot.
Yes. We're very good at that. And our politicians are very good at getting in and sometimes having real strength of character and misplacing it. And it's good. It's good because sometimes strength of character hurts the shoulders. It's heavy. It's heavy.
Yeah.
But sometimes you can just put it over there and just go, oh, yeah, nah. What did he say? He didn't like Nirvana. I'm a Gen X prime minister. Well, let's take him down.
It's like, yeah, perfect.
We are having a great moment in Australia where all these people, all these politicians who said, no, we've got to stick with the old ways. We've got to stick with the old ways because it's good for the people out there who need help, and we can't modernize, and we can't think about
Mhm.
alternative energy sources or renewable energy. We have to do the right thing. And now they also get to complain that oil's really fucking expensive. Yay! So many things to complain about. What a job.
Yeah, yeah. It's I was just reading about it, people right before this all started, they were like, EVs are just a total failure. They cost too much. No one can get them, blah, blah. And I was just like, it's cyclical, man. It's always
Mm.
cyclical. Why we've done this a bunch where then there's a war and you guys or something and you guys will go, why is the price of gas is so expensive? And you're like, yeah, no, I have an EV. It doesn't affect me at all.
Mm.
Like it comes off solar on my roof and put it in the car.
Yeah,
Well,
seems good.
so we're going through it again and you're just watching it and you're like, yeah,
Well,
yeah,
this
we
is
do this all the time.
yeah, but like imagine a world where people studied history
Mm,
and learnt from it.
mm.
Well, what would this podcast be? We'd have to do an hour on murdering wives.
Yes.
So thank
Yeah.
thank you, governments.
It's just exhausting watching our government. And at the end of the day, it's just that everyone is bought. All the politicians are bought by
Yeah,
companies and other people, and you're just like, okay.
yeah,
At some
yeah,
point, we have to decide to just get rid of them all or keep going like this. Like that's
yeah,
truly because it's getting worse and worse, and it's all because of them.
yeah.
It's all because
I'm
of the rich.
I have been. I did a quick trip down to the Adelaide Fringe, did a couple of works in progress, and really worked on my hey, working class people, let's go and murder the rich. And you know my theory. It's not boomers versus millennials. It's let's murder the rich all together because there's some working class boomers who they could use some help, and
Yeah.
I have to be honest. It's either I'm preaching to my audience or that went down a lot better than I expected.
Oh, people are really on board with that message.
Hmm.
That is an 80 percenter. That is a
Hmm.
high percentage of people.
What was great was two of my friends who were in the audience who I know are rich. They were very smart. They clapped along and cheered with it. And I thought, that's good. I'll make sure that you guys get hidden, or I'll murder you myself just to make sure that it stays intimate.
Yeah,
It
you
was,
got to murder your friends. Yeah.
yeah, sometimes you got to do it.
Uh-huh.
Do it
Yeah.
with a blade so it's up close and you
A
can
blade is always,
apologize while
yep,
you're doing it. Yeah.
that's right. Just slowly over the throat.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're
It's a
rich.
demographic thing.
I feel really bad about this. I
Hmm.
will come to your funeral.
I will absolutely come to your funeral
Yeah. Yeah. After I've
in
washed
the
up.
big pit. It's a
Where we're
pit of
putting all the
billionaires.
bodies. Yeah, yeah. Put them in. Top it up. All right. Set it on fire. That's good.
Uh,
Yeah, it's
I
it's
just
fun.
saw that there's like 3,500 billionaires now. I was like,
Oh,
well,
really?
that can't work. Yeah, it's this
Oh,
huge number. I was just like,
Jesus.
that
Right.
can't be. That can't. That's not how it's going to go.
Wow. Like if we can surely we can get them all in the one place and make this job a real quick one.
Well, that's why when you do things like the World Cup and they all
Mm.
fly into an airport,
Yeah.
or when there's a big event, they all fly into an airport.
Mm.
Davos,
Mm.
we got to get our plans in order.
Oh, you know what we can do? I saw this in Al Pacino's movie comeback, The Sea of Love, where they
Oh,
send out these invitations to meet players from the Yankees, and it's
mhm.
sent out to all the Crims who have warrants. So they get these
Oh,
invites to go and meet the Yankees, and then when they turn up, it's
hmm,
a bust. So
yeah.
we can do an invite to
To what?
I don't know, billionaires like
Uh,
Hugh Jackman.
a pet, a pedophile bit? Like a bunch of children are there?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. We'll get a baby and we'll dangle it on a bit of string, and then when they come running, we'll drop the
yeah,
hammer. Like lots
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
3,500 hammers.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, this is good. How good is life when you've worked out the solution?
We really have. Everybody knows the solution.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the solution.
Yeah, right. We just need to organize. That's the problem. We're small L liberals. We can't fucking organize a piss up in a brewery.
I wonder what I would do if I saw Peter Thiel just walking down the street because I see videos of like people following him and yelling at him,
Mm,
and he's always got two security guards, and I'm just like, if you see Peter Thiel walking down the street and you have a gun, say you're an American with a gun,
mm,
are you not obligated?
right. To at least have a crack.
How many lives would you save? My
Uh,
guess right now, millions.
yeah, yeah, it would be an extraordinary amount.
Yeah.
What happened to Luigi, who murdered that CEO? He's still in court, isn't he?
Yeah, they keep having to deal with cop fuck ups, so charges getting dismissed, and
Mm,
there's a huge chain of evidence issue where they like took the gun and the whatever's backpack and then drove home and like switched cars. Like it's like bad, like it's like a Law and Order bad like chain of evidence. So there's definitely a lot of stuff going on there. Some people are like, he might get away with this. I don't know how they're going to convict him. Well, they could do what they just did to the. Have you heard about the Prairieland ICE protesters?
no.
So they attacked a ICE. I think it was a detention center.
Mm,
It was like 8 people or more, and they arrested a bunch of them, and they just convicted them of terrorism. But the things that they convicted them for were like, well, they all were wearing black, and they had zines,
mm,
anarchy zines, and just stuff like that. It were really like spurious nonsense. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I looked it up, and the judge, when they were trying to find the jury, they couldn't find a jury. Because everyone that came into the jury pool was like, oh no, I fucking hate ICE.
yeah,
So the judge just said, that's it. I'm picking the jury.
right,
And then he personally selected people who love ICE.
right,
So that's how they convicted him. So that's the way they could convict Luigi. That's
right.
probably I would think that they'll appeal that, and that'll be pretty problematic
Mm,
in the end, I would hope. So they could get Luigi that way, but I don't think they're going to be able to get him in a jury trial.
right.
I don't think
Okay.
there's a chance in hell.
Well, there is definitely going to be a lot of people going, Luigi.
Yeah.
So, you know,
I mean, that's the kind of thing where you go in there and you just go, oh no, I love health insurance companies. Health insurance companies are my friend. They saved
yes.
me. And then you fuck up, and then you
Yeah.
then you fuck up the whole trial. You just go, nope, let him
Yep.
free,
Yep.
let him go.
Yep. I'll make sure that I don't eat any snacks and they'll make a
That's right.
movie out of it called 12 Hungry Men.
Yes,
It'll be good.
that's right. Do
That'll
you guys have
be,
jury nullification there?
I'm not sure.
Jury nullification is when you don't believe in the law. You think the
Oh,
law is unjust. So, like, if someone got arrested for smoking pot,
right.
I would just be like, yeah, I don't believe in this one. So,
Yeah, right.
nope.
Oh, I guess,
So you can do that here in
ah,
America.
that's interesting. I feel like a lot of Australians would lean into that if it
Mm,
is a thing.
yeah, probably. Yeah.
Probably the important laws as well.
Well, you guys have some stuff that's coming. That's you're getting the taste of the Israeli
It's
uh
good. No, 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 no.
what you
Hey,
can say and what
hey,
you can't say
hey,
laws.
hey. He just
It's
came out for
almost
a little trip. That's all it was, mate. It was just our Israeli mate coming over, and it had nothing to do with politics. He was just, he'd never seen a
Mm.
koala. He's just hanging out. There was no
Uh-huh.
politics,
Uh-huh.
like
Yeah,
none.
yeah,
And we can
yeah,
say whatever we
yeah.
want, whenever we
Uh-huh.
want.
Yeah.
We run it past them because we don't want to hurt their feelings. Because we're good. We're good blokes. We're good blokes down here, mate.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no, I will edit all of this out because I'm scared.
Yeah, you will.
I'll be the next thing attacked after Iran, in between Iran and Cuba.
Oh my God. There's one of my kid here. I'm recording. There we
There we go.
go. Okay.
Is that is that your kid with
Yeah.
is that from your kid with the golden arm?
He wants arm care right now. I have to put the machine on him, but it's not gonna happen until I'm done.
Yeah. But that arm is worth $1 billion. Like, are you sure you don't want to go
It's
and
a
do it
pretty
now?
good arm. It's a pretty good arm. We have a problem with the high school coach right now, but it's a pretty good arm.
Oh no, that's the only
Really
arms race
dumb.
that I'm into. By the way, is your son's.
It's the only good one left.
It's the only good one left. It's the only one I can truly believe in. Yeah,
Yeah, he does have a golden arm.
I do want to have a little chat about that at the end. I have been watching the videos and loving it, but yeah, no, everything's good here in Australia, and
Hmm.
we're going to be fine. And if you need us to help attack Cuba, we've got a boat.
Please,
We can come
can we get
over.
rid of those goddamn Cubans that are just down there minding their own business? Can we please do something about that?
Yeah, yeah, we can do that. It's at a point. There's an election in South Australia, and it looks like the Liberal Party is completely going to be decimated, and it looks like the incumbent Labor government will get back in. But the positive news
That's
is,
fascinating to me.
yeah, yeah. Well, he's got good abs, Malinaukas, Premier Malinaukas. He has really good abs.
Mhm.
And he loves
That's all that
sport.
matters.
He loves the footy, mate, and he loves bringing in the Live Golf tournament, and that's clean money. And you know how South Australia has a great fringe festival, and that, yeah, he doesn't give a fuck about the arts because the arts don't celebrate abs, and if you don't celebrate
That's
abs,
right.
then what are you doing?
Well, what's the most important Australian export? Abs.
Abs, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Aussie abs,
Yeah, that's right.
they're great. There's eight to a pack. None of this six pack shit. There's eight abs
Right.
for the price of six.
When I think of abs, I think of you and Will, by the way.
Wow. Why wouldn't you?
The ab guys.
I did have abs. I had abs. I had quite
Did you?
impressive abs. Yep, yep.
Charlie
And
had abs for a little bit there recently too.
yeah, no, mine wasn't recent. My abs were incredibly impressive before I started dating, and it's like, oh well, that was
Yeah.
good timing, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Have them while you're prepubescent. So, but then I just knew that women like me for my personality and not just my abs. So I always knew they liked me for me, and that's why I live
Yeah.
alone and not
That's
murdered.
really, isn't it all about abs though? Why would you want
Abs are
the
hard work.
personalities? Just nonsense.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember who was the actor? There was actually an Australian Eric Banner who did Troy, said he worked on his abs for so long and vowed never to make another movie where he had his shirt off. He hated it so much.
I mean, I did. I went out. I ended up drinking with Matt Damon one night,
Shut
and I
up.
was like,
Love it.
"Is there going to be another Bjorn?" And he goes, "I absolutely cannot work out like that again."
Oh yeah. And then he goes and makes
And
the
I was like,
Odyssey.
"Oh, that's fair."
Hey.
Yeah, he did. Then he went and made the Odyssey, but I would imagine he didn't have to put in the same. He said Bjorn, like it killed him how much he had to work out.
Oh yeah, well,
I can
especially
only
as you get
imagine.
older as well. Like all these younger actors, it's like I'm really fat, I'm really thin, I'm really fat, I'm really
Yeah,
thin, and then they hit a point where they're like, "Fuck that,
I'm just
I'm in
not.
Meet the Fockers now."
Yes. Yeah, I just can't imagine being that age and having to work out that hard because it's probably a 3 hour workday.
Yeah.
Mick Jagger works out like 3.5 hours a day so he can still do concerts because he still runs around. He's
Yes.
like 95 or whatever. But he like because I
Like
my friend worked with him and he said no, he works out 3.5 hours a day to stay in shape to do concerts.
right.
It's crazy.
Well, have you ever heard the Hugh Jackman, good friend of the Trumps, but doesn't talk politics, so it's okay. Um,
Man, he just sang at Rupert
Rupert
Murdoch's
Murdoch.
fucking party. Like, fuck that guy. What do you fuck off?
Well, he
Like
needs the
literally
money.
the
He's getting
architect of all
divorced,
our destruction.
but he doesn't talk politics. He's a good guy. he goes and he hangs out and he says to Rupert,
Uh,
sorry, I've forgotten which wife's name this is. And they all laugh. And then they ask him about Wolverine. And they say, what's Ryan Reynolds really like? And he says, he's hilarious. He's great. And then can you sing us a song? And he sings something from The Boy from Oz and Oklahoma. And they all laugh. And it's great. No, no, no. It's fine. It's fine if you don't talk politics.
Imagine being at a Rupert Murdoch party and telling people you didn't talk politics. Fuck off.
Mate, you know, in all honesty, my career would be a lot further if I could have just been able to swallow the bile I had for much lesser evils when I was in their in their circle, but I couldn't even cope with the lesser of evils. I would fucking combust if I was accidentally in a room with a Murdoch.
Yeah,
Awful.
man. I don't know how people do that shit. Just think of the I would have just think what the Dollop would be if we did it from a right wing angle. We would be one of the biggest podcasts in the country.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yes, you would. And
Yeah.
you'd be able to
Uh-huh.
say the R word and you'd be able to say the S
Oh, that's
word.
the dream.
It's the dream. Because that's like sometimes I listen and I think, if it just had more of those words that they're not allowed to say, and I'd be
Yeah,
much
that's
happier.
right.
Like they'd be
That's
so
all
much
it's
funnier.
it's not funny at all because we can't use the R word. I mean,
Yes.
that's the whole what's
And
the point of doing comedy, I always say.
look, since you brought this up, I would not say this. And I have to say, over at the Fringe, I've been working on some other people's shows, so I'm kind of in that headspace. But if you don't mind me giving a criticism, is that, you know, halfway through a show, after all this punching up, I feel like you get tired. And you if you punch down, it's less
Mhm.
energy
A
a-
lot easier.
and the comedy stays high.
Comedy stays high.
Yeah.
People have a lot more fun
Yep. You
because
have,
they're free.
they're
They're
free.
free to laugh at those less fortunate.
And
And it's
you,
about fucking time.
absolutely. It's about time
Look,
you gave people permission.
when were we able to do that? Only for like the first several thousand years.
Yeah.
And then they stop us like 6 years ago or whatever.
It's
I,
withdrawal symptoms. Do you know what I mean? Like
yes,
it's
it's
embedded in
very
the
hard.
DNA.
Yes.
Oh, you'll be fine. Oh, well, why don't you fucking quit smoking then and see how you
Thank
like
you.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exactly
It's
like
pretty fucking
smoking.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's exactly like smoking.
I'm chewing my racist gum at the moment to stop me from saying anything
Yep.
horrific. It just makes my
Yep.
mouth numb. So when I say anything, people can't understand what I'm saying and then I don't get into trouble from the elite.
I just thought of this. I bet someone has a podcast called Hard R. Or look it up.
Someone's algorithm is about to get a lot more
Uh,
interesting.
the Hard R podcast on Spotify. There you go. You really hoped it wouldn't be there, but there it was.
No, no, it is. Never doubt your instincts, Dave. They are spot on. This actually might explain how Hugh Jackman's so disappointing. His regime for working on getting into Wolverine shape is like he wakes up at like 4 a.m. and eats two chickens and then goes to bed and then gets up at 6 a.m. and then starts his first workout for the day.
Wait,
Like,
he eats chickens and then goes to sleep and then gets back up?
yeah, something like that. Yeah. So you eat the protein, give it time to go through the body, and then you get up and you go hard. And then you just do that throughout the day for 10 months and you don't eat one carb and you look uh initially really when you're younger really fit and then eventually just a little bit strange and
Mhm.
yeah, and you
Um,
just keep going back to it.
Imagine doing all that and then they're just not good movies.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work to make really not good movies.
Yeah. But you know, he's a good guy, and he doesn't even know the movies are bad. He doesn't talk reviews,
He's
doesn't talk
he's gay,
politics or
right? He's gay.
reviews.
He's gay.
No, no, no. He's got a new partner who's a woman.
He's
No, just because you're in musical theatre, it doesn't mean, geez, fuck, you've gone full Timothy Chalamet. Like, what's going on, mate? Don't take down, don't take down the
he's
other
just always
artfuls.
struck me as a John Travolta type
Yeah,
who's also married.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and but very gay.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I saw Rove show Rove's doing a retrospective show about the live show he used to do, host on television. It was a really delightful show, and there was a photo that he showed of John Travolta, Hugh Jackman, and Rove all hugging, and it was quite shocking to see
Mm.
how masculine Rove looked in that photo. Sorry, I'm just going to write a little reminder. I'm going to text Rove that joke. So when he hears this on the podcast, it's not text Rove, you look masculine. And anyway, that'll be fine.
I had a friend who was a manager in LA, and he was Travolta's type, which is a very good-looking, in shape, bald black guy. And he was on the elevator at the Scientology Center because one of his clients was a Scientologist, and there was a party. And the elevator doors opened, and he was alone in the elevator. And John Travolta goes, and just looks him up and down and goes, "Oh my." And the doors close, and it's just like, Jesus Christ.
Oh my
He was
God.
like, I was just devoured with
Wow.
somebody's eyes.
Wow. Wow. That is, you know, in his defense, he was great in Saturday Night Fever. So it's a compliment.
Yes, he was. He really was. Yeah.
Oh my lord! You know, it's
Uh,
many years ago. I remember being at a party and I was talking to some friends, and I felt a hand on my ass, and I was like, "What is going on?" And I turned around, and it was the fabulous Adam Richard with another gay comedian friend of mine, Scotty Brennan, and another gay comedian friend of mine, Toby Matters, and a gaggle of gays, and they were all looking at my bum. And then when I turned around, Adam yelled at me and he said, "You're ruining the view." And so I turned back, and they just treated me like a lump of meat, and it
yep.
felt fucking great. It just felt great. I was like, why do people get upset? It was like, this is good. I'm getting all this attention.
Oh, I used to go when I lived in San Francisco. I lived in the Castro, and I was just treated like a piece of meat all the time.
Oh yeah,
Just like, yeah, I get what's going on.
yeah, yeah. I'll take the compliments. Good, good. I'm up for it.
Yeah,
Um, it's kind of crazy that there is still and to be honest, I understand that the world hasn't really progressed as much as we would like it, but I still find it kind of crazy that there are actors that hide
right.
their sexuality. Like that just
I
feels
don't get
like
it.
so anachronistic.
Yeah, it's very weird, but I think it's because they think I won't be cast as a leading man with a leading lady type thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess maybe I don't know.
But
Like,
you
but wouldn't
know,
you just want to not live a life in the closet? Like, what is it worth it? I
it
don't know.
seems so depressing. And
Yeah,
but
doesn't it?
like Andrew Scott is a gay man, but his like one of his biggest roles was the hot priest in Fleabag.
Yeah,
And like, do you know what I mean? Like he was
yeah,
like women were swooning, and he
yeah.
was, so it's if you're an actor, it's all pretensies anyway. So
Right. It's all pretend. Yeah,
who gives a shit what you're doing in your own life?
yeah. It's so weird.
Guess what? He's not a Catholic priest either. He or heterosexual. He's a really good actor. I watched him in Richard Linklater's Blue Moon. He's just, you're not sitting there going, I bet deep down he likes penis. You're sitting there, you're really informed by the performance, and who cares?
If
But
you are doing that, the person's a really bad actor.
yes, yeah, that character's meant to be heterosexual. You are not delivering that well. Hey, we did you see any of the Oscars?
No, I never watched the Oscars. The last time I watched the Oscars was when the little Italian guy beat Nick Nolte for Best Actor, and I was like, I can't watch this anymore because
It
there's
is.
just too many. There were too many instances where I was like, it's so clearly that that person is a better did a better job, and the other person won because of whatever,
You know,
whatever bullshit's going on behind the scenes, and they
yeah,
all buy the awards. I'm
yeah,
very happy Amy Madigan won because
yeah. She's been great for a long
um
time.
yeah, but it's a fucking it's a corporate event,
Yes,
and it's an insider corporate event, and I just don't care. And when they give a lifetime achievement awards to Ellie Kazan, they can go fuck themselves
yes, yes.
forever.
And little tie the bow, Amy Madigan and Ed Harris did not stand
That's right.
when
They
that
are not
happened.
fans of that shit. Yes.
So, by the way, that Italian actor won for Life is Beautiful, and I love
Yes.
that the when someone won for Life is Beautiful, Dave Anthony, true to character, said, "I'm out." It's a double strike. But you know what it was for me. I loved the Oscars when I was younger, and I was right into it. And but two things kind of happened. One was it didn't really like if the person you liked or the movie you liked didn't win, who really gave a shit? Do you know what I mean? It was
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
oh, I hope they win, and if they didn't,
Yeah.
like it just wasn't as important, and you just moved on with your life. So I hate this over. I hate the narrative of awards and box office when, and I think that just
Mhm.
kind of it just ruins so many fucking movies and experiences because you're sitting there going, this shouldn't have won best film, or
Yeah.
oh, this is overrated, or so you're not really getting a true reading on what you're viewing. But the one that killed it
Mhm.
for me was the when I found out all the behind the scenes shenanigans for Shakespeare in Love when that won.
Oh.
And I didn't know up until that, like I was quite naive up until that point. And then
Mhm.
when you found out all the different parties and the hey, all the Weinstein of it, and you
Mhm.
go, and that kind of ruined it for me. So now
Yeah.
I kind of, if I see that someone that I like has won, I'm like, oh, that's good.
Yeah,
And
right.
but I did just see towards the end. And of all the things that made me really happy was like Michael B. Jordan won Best Actor for Sinners.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Yeah, he's great.
and but it wasn't the winning that I was the most rapt with. As he was walking off stage, he clocked Jesse Plemons that he starred in Friday Night Lights with, and he pointed at Plemons, and Plemons looked really excited. And because I
Mm.
love Friday Night Lights, Clear Eyes,
Yeah.
Full Heart, Can't Lose, I was fucking rapt. That was my
Yeah, that's
Oscars.
cool. Yeah, yeah,
They're still
yeah. That's
friends.
good. Yeah, yeah.
I like both of
Yeah.
them. That's good.
Yeah, yeah. It's a great show. Yeah. It's I don't know. It's just, there's also the thing of just like watching that display of wealth as
What?
what's going on in the world and
Yeah.
what's going on in America, particularly, I find pretty revolting.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to stomach. And there's just also so many awards now. And because everyone
Hmm.
televises all of those awards, it's like who gives a shit?
Yeah.
It's like the year that I was at the Edinburgh Fringe in 2013, and I saw someone with a poster that had 25-star reviews on it, and then I was going up and I'm reading it, and it's like the 5 stars, the horny mongrel. 5 stars, the caterpillar with 4 toes, 5 star, and all these random sites that probably lasted an hour and a half,
Yeah.
but they got
Yeah.
these 5 star reviews. I was like, this thing's like the fucking Deutschmark in 1933. Like, who gives a shit?
It's just like I remember when that happened with movies when it was like, we used to have like Siskel and Ebert and like a few
Yes,
reviewers from each obviously the guy from Rolling Stone, what's his name? Peter Tavera.
Travers.
He loved everything. Like there were just people that like loved every movie that existed and we get invited everywhere. And then people were like, huh, we could actually make that the model.
Yeah,
And then they just started having all these crazy outlets and different places review movies, and then they all loved them, and you're just like, oh, this is over.
Yeah, yeah.
Movie movie reviews are done.
Yeah, yeah. Where you can't even have a nuanced conversation of, but also there's this idea that things need to be perfect to
Hmm.
be worthy of love as well, which kind of drives me a little bit insane. I quite like something that, like The Godfather is one of the greatest movies ever made and will always be one of the greatest movies ever made. But
Hmm.
there is a point when Sonny throws a punch at his brother-in-law and misses by a good 5 feet, and he goes down like a sack of shit.
Yeah,
Never
yeah,
fix it. I'm fine with it.
that's
It's
fine.
fine to have a blemish.
Yeah, the blemishes are fine. I haven't seen anything I've liked in a while.
Oh, really?
No,
Not even foreign?
I haven't actually been watching. I should jump back in and watch some foreign movies.
The did I can't I think I told you last time that I went and saw the movie Surat and
Oh yeah,
and came out 70% exhilarated, 30% traumatized.
yeah,
And
yeah.
like a really good friend, I took my pals Victor and Kylie, who are the owners of your favorite dog in the world, Baxter.
Oh yes.
And you would be happy to know that I'm not sure they were rapt that I took them. They may have been
Like,
seven.
what
They
did
might
you
have.
do to us?
They might have been 30% exhilarated and 70% traumatized. I reckon I talked them around to 50-50.
Well, there's a lot of people who don't want to feel bad stuff
Yeah.
when they watch films. My son's like that. He's like, "Why would I do that?" I'm like, "Fair." But like, there's that new movie that's out with what's her name, Rose
Rose Byrne.
Burns,
If I had
the
legs.
kicking
Yeah.
the kid one, and I just don't want to watch it.
Right.
I'm just like, it's probably a great acting job, like everything I hear. It just
Mm.
sounds like I would be tormented for 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get that. Like things, well, I guess, once upon a time, I used to push back against those things, like, like my friends' kids, not being taken to Superman, and I just don't understand that because at the same age, my mum was taking me to see, you know,
Right.
Gallipoli, and suddenly, and you know, I'm,
By the way, we're going to do a Gallipoli in a couple weeks. But anyway, go ahead.
Oh, how exciting. We'll bring the thongs, let us know. And but I do wonder, and I was kind of quite negative towards people who, oh, I hear it's sad, I'm not seeing it or whatever. Uh, but I do wonder if the 24/7 news cycle does kind of dent that desire to uh, bring a little bit more of a challenging emotion to the table.
I think for me, because I'm living through fascism and a collapse of empire and really
Mm.
just the darkest shit, like, oh, we're like really run by pedophiles. Like it's all like
Mm. Like proper
all this
ones.
terrible shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That that I'm definitely in, like, and then, look, I do the dollop also. Like so like I guess the reality stuff doesn't bother me, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to dip myself into fiction that's
Right.
um that just like emotionally destructive. You know, when you live through this, you kind of have to temper and find out like what can I handle, what can I not handle, uh what do I want to put myself through.
Mm.
And there's tons of people that have there's definitely a lot of people like I can't do the dollop, and I'm like, well, I'm doing a lot of like lighthearted ones too, um, and mixed in. But it's definitely like, yeah, I get it. Like it's the shit's fucking terrible.
Yeah. Well, I do kind of think sometimes engaging with these emotions in a movie or a TV show or something like that is a safe space to kind of engage with them, though.
Yes, I would agree with that, but until you've been through what we're going through,
Yeah, that's a good point.
it's so I would explain it like this. When I go to another country, and other people from America have said this, when you put your feet on the ground, it is like you are 50% lighter. It is
Mm.
in the air. It's everything you breathe. It's everything you see is foreboding,
Mm.
dark, sinister. You know, we know we're in a very evil place right now. Like this
Yeah.
country is evil and it feels evil. So it's a constant pressing on you. And when you just get outside the border, it's a weight lifted off your shoulders immediately.
Yeah, right.
So it's
It's
kind of hard to explain, I guess. That's how I'd put it. Like it's hard until you live through it. I don't think it's explainable.
right. Yes. Well, it's yeah, even I follow it pretty closely from afar. Even things like the constant gerrymandering of
Hmm.
states to to
Hmm.
help with voting, etc., which it just blows my mind that that is something that can be done.
Hmm.
And then when you see someone like Gavin Newsom, who is ostensibly the good guy, you
Yeah,
know,
supposed to be.
but I saw him sort of saying, we're going to gerrymander things so Republicans will never get in here again. It's like, that's not how you do it.
It's the only thing they could do, though.
Yeah,
What are they going to do? Give people health care?
right.
I mean, honestly, that's why you have to gerrymander because you don't actually do stuff for the people.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, right. And so they kept doing that, and now Congress is trying to pass this thing called the Save Act, which is basically going to, I would say, make about 40% of Americans unable to vote.
Yes. Your last election, I was saying to some people here, it's crazy to think that we may have seen the last American election.
Hmm?
And I got so many, oh, look at you, Mr.
Oh,
Overreactor.
no, no,
Like,
not at
what?
all.
Are you not following this?
No, I mean, a lot of us on the left thought that,
Yeah.
but we're also like watching two cars just completely out of control driving down the road, and we're like, "Hey, anybody want to hit the brake?"
Yeah.
Like we're just observers. Everyone on the left is just an observer, going, "Hey, you guys are out of your fucking minds!" Like, they're not going to stop doing what they're doing. They
Yeah.
just yell at you more, and you're like, "Okay."
Yeah. And then they're not even trying to hide it anymore, which is pretty
Mm-mm.
amazing as well. Like
Well,
it's,
it gets to a point where they realize all of their money is coming from billionaires, so they absolutely don't have to do anything for us. They don't have to listen to us.
yeah,
They think that they can trick us all. I do think it's getting to a point though where people are gonna vote against money.
yeah,
Like the more ads you see, they'll be like, "Where's this fucking money coming from?" And they'll just start to vote against it. But at that point, it won't matter. Like you said, I think we already had our last like election that'll ever be close to a real one.
mm, yeah. So just exciting. So I guess it must be vomitariums next. It must be like how long until you have a horse in the Senate? Like it's got to be close, right? Like if
Ah,
it,
shit.
if it's
Yeah.
going to turn to shit, it might as well be theatrical. You might as well
Yeah. Let's do it.
dial it up.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Go all
Yeah.
the way with it.
Yes. Have a woodchuck and there's the Secretary of War and shit like that.
Yeah. Have a pig. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not? It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. So I keep, you know, it. When are all the other countries going to get together and go, right, we need to overthrow this fascist regime and attack America?
They're doing it. It's happening now. I
Well,
mean,
it's
that's what's
Canada,
happening with
isn't
the
it? Kind
war.
of. Canada is
The,
moving.
a lot of the other countries are like, okay, you blew it.
Yeah.
With the Iran thing is like just like a spectacular failure of empire.
Yeah.
So everyone else is like, we actually want oil still, so we're not going to help you out because it'll kill us.
Yes.
So it's gonna if it goes the way Iran wants it to go, which by the way, everything that's happened so far is going the way Iran wants it to go. Um, they will get everyone to get off petrodollars,
Yeah.
and then that's it for us. We're done, and
Yeah.
we need to be done. Like America needs to be finished.
Well, what needs to happen in the world is that the American dollar has to stop being the number one currency,
Yeah,
right? That's what they need
and
to
th-
change.
and the reason it is the number one currency is because we make sure everyone uses petrodollars.
Yeah.
So any trading oil is done with the dollar.
Yeah.
And so Iran just said, hey, if you want to let oil come out of the strait, then you got to do it with the UN, the Chinese dollar, right? The yuan. Um, and then that if they go on with that and that happens, then forget about it.
Yeah. So when is that big move coming? Surely I've seen lots of bags that are really good that you can put pets in them with little plastic bits that they can look out.
I
You can just say it's
don't
a,
know.
an
I don't
emotional
know.
dog.
It's very hard to get my well, I mean, my kid's not. We can't take my kid out of his like, man, if he didn't play baseball, this would be so much easier.
Yeah.
If he didn't have a future in baseball, if he was just like a kid, but it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
makes it very complicated.
Yeah. He's definitely not going to make a living from baseball in Australia. Sorry, let me just
Well,
change that. He's probably not going to make a living in Australia unless he
yeah, there are
with the way
there's a
things are
lot
going.
of there's a lot of good baseball players coming out of Australia.
Oh, okay.
It's
But
interesting.
heading over
I
there.
think the number one draft pick last year was Australian.
Yeah. So
So yeah,
where's Finn at?
with
How's the season
baseball,
going? Yeah.
not good because his coach is really. So we had an old high school coach who was around for 30 years and he was a fucking dick. And
Sorry, that is so disappointing.
he was such a fucking asshole. And so
Hang on, why was he an asshole?
he was demeaning. Like he would call the kids lazy and you're not a fucking baseball player and shit like that, like all the time. Like you were just constantly being criticized. So the kids, to play baseball, you have to be relaxed.
Mm,
And so they were always on eggshells. And they were always, and so they'd make more mistakes and they wouldn't hit well because they're always freaked out that they get yelled at or taken out of the game or whatever.
yeah.
And so that coach got fired because the parents were finally like, okay, we've had enough. But the school board waited too long. There were no coaches available, so they put his assistant in the job, and assistant is actually worse.
Great.
And so they totally fucked up Finn's swing. I told them before the season, I said, do whatever you want, just don't touch my kid's swing. And then they immediately started fucking with his swing. So his swing's all fucked up right now. We're trying to correct it. I mean, he's kind of back a little bit, but then they decided, well, he's not swinging well, so we can't play him. So they're only playing him half the games. It's a
Right.
catcher. They're using another catcher who's not good. So it's just complicated. It's just the usual bullshit. Where you're like, yeah, this is the stories I've heard from a million baseball players that have played in college that their coach is a fucking moron.
Yeah.
They're really like because look, we don't pay our high school coaches. They don't get any money. They get like $3,000 for the year to do it.
Right.
And so they're these weird little ego guys, and a lot of them are dicks. It's just very strange. Our whole youth sports thing is really bad. Um, and like we need to do something about it because there's like I would say like 30% of the coaches shouldn't be anywhere near kids because they're just like psychological torturers. Like they're
Mm,
really fucking up kids.
mm.
So he's kind of got that situation. But he's still, really good. The saving grace is that he made it onto a summer team that's very elite, that 90% of the kids from the team get picked by colleges.
Oh, great.
So there'll be scouts at every game, and that this summer we'll know like if he'll play at a college or if he has to go to like a junior college for a year. Um, so thank God he did that before they fucked with his swing because
Right.
because
Yeah.
when he tried out for that team, he his first pitch he hit a home run, and I was like, okay.
Okay. That's good.
Like his defense is really good, his offense is really good, like he's the whole package. So hopefully his swing doesn't keep getting fucked up too much. I'm actually gonna have a talk with the coach and go, hey, remember the thing I said before the season? Don't fuck with the swing, and then you did. How's that going? Are you getting the results you wanted? Oh, you're
Yeah.
not? So stay the fuck away. That's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna go,
Yeah.
you've tried your thing, you've failed miserably. Now back the fuck off.
What did he do to the swing?
um, two things. So Finn's swing is, I mean, it's kind of complicated, but baseball players, they start back here
Yeah.
and then they're very direct to the ball. And
Yeah.
by the time they're here, They've
Yeah.
made their decision. They've made their choice.
Right.
There's no like, I'm going to swing low or high. You're done.
Yeah.
And they changed it so that he brings his hands forward and then
Right.
kind of aims for the ball. And it's a terrible, old school, dumb way to swing.
Right.
And then they keep trying to get all the kids to hit ground balls. Another kid who's on the team who's definitely a college player, like there's colleges interested in him already. He said to the coach, "You're fucking destroying my swing." He literally said it to him. Um,
Right. Wow.
and then the other thing they did was, this is my favorite thing that they did. The coach decided he was going to implement these rules that he uses on his he's been a freshman coach for years. And so the freshmen come in and they're like nervous and not ready and scared and they don't swing as much. So he implemented these rules that are if you strike out on 3 pitches, you're out of the game. If you look at a third strike, you're out of the game. If you make an out with a guy on third, you're out of the game. If you move out of the way of a pitch that's going to hit you, you're out of the game. And so Finn has gotten so good at baseball that he just goes up there and fouls off pitches until he gets one he likes and he hits it. So he'll have
Right.
like 7, 8 pitch at bats. So this
Right.
guy doing this just completely fucking annihilated that. And he was just swinging at pitches he would never swing at
Yeah.
because his head was all fucked up and he didn't get kicked out of the game and he ends up getting kicked out of the game anyway. So he just it just took away his confidence and his like, everything, just stripped it away.
Well,
Um,
but
yeah.
isn't baseball like baseball is a sport that as a batter, you even the people with the highest percentage of strikes are for the most times failing, right?
Yep. It's
So
77. The best players, the
yes,
best fail 75% of the time.
yes, right. So to implement to take away even yeah,
Yep. It's actually
I
dumb. So the
yeah,
last game, Finn, he got 2 at bats because the first at bat, he came really close to hitting a home run, but it was foul. And then the next at bat, it was like a 5 or 6 pitch at bat, and then he struck out. And then they're like, "That's it, you're out of the game." Because they didn't like the way he struck out. And I'm just like, you guys don't like, how have you been coaching baseball for 20 years and you don't even know what the game is? Like, it's just so nonsensical. You're just like, yeah, that's not how it works. At
yeah,
the same time, a kid that's exactly on Finn's level that he's been playing with since he was 7 left for another high school because of these guys. And he's on a top 25 California team and he's now batting fourth and hitting the ball over the place. And I saw him the other day and he goes, "Yeah, it's because no one's yelling at me."
yeah, right,
That's it. I just said, "What's the difference?" He goes, "They don't yell at me.
yeah,
They just let me play. They go, 'Hey, good job, man. You'll get him next time.'
yeah,
And then I do better." And you're like, yeah, it's not rocket science. We've
yeah.
known this for decades. Like there's tons of a lot of studies and youth psychology, and everyone knows what you're supposed to do. But it's like, I guess we're stuck with these fucking idiots for another year. But I'm getting them fired.
Yes,
I
this
have a
is great.
list that
Yeah,
I am right every time they say something, every time they do something
yeah.
on the list. My favorite is one day the first baseman was talking to the opposing team's coach while the game's going on, like they're just having a conversation, which you see all the time in baseball. It's like a baseball thing. You talk to the other guys,
Mm.
and our coach yells at him. And remember, this is a 16-year-old kid. He yells at him, "Why don't you just suck his fucking dick?" It's like, what do you want me to do with that, coach? So I'm not supposed to be nice to people. The other team is supposed to be an asshole. What are you doing? Like it's just like that, where you're just like, what? What the
Wow.
fuck is wrong with you?
Um. Wow. That is
Insane.
pretty fuck.
And this
Um.
is a guy who is doesn't have the job. He is a temp coach for a year,
Yeah.
and then he's going to try to get the job. And you're like, wouldn't you want to be on your best behavior?
Yeah. None of it makes sense. You can't say that to a kid. It's a temp job. The lack of wit
Oh,
offends me,
yes.
and also there's other things to be worried about. Like
Yeah.
also he sounds like his hero was Bobby Knight. Like those
Well, he
times are
was. I
gone.
mean, kind of. That's what the coach who got fired was like, and that's his hero. Like,
Yeah, right.
yeah, it's Bobby Knight baseball. It's exactly what it is. And it's like we got rid of this shit a
Yeah.
long time ago. That's why you don't see a lot of old coaches in professional sports anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a lot of young guys, like especially the NFL, a lot of young
NFL,
guys.
yeah,
Baseball, you're seeing a lot of young guys.
yeah,
You're seeing it all over the place. It's because those old guys are fucking dicks for the
yeah,
most part.
yeah,
And the guys that are sticking around really aren't. They're nice.
yeah,
But dicks, like no one wants dicks anymore. Like no one wants to play for you because you're a fucking dick. Like people
yeah.
don't play harder when you're yelling at them. They just go,
You know, there was an interesting NFL, I think it was the conference finals between Denver and New England,
mm-hmm,
and Denver pretty much lost that because their coach was trying to prove I've got this rather than
mm-hmm,
playing probably a very if he'd played probably a very simplistic attack for his backup
mm-hmm,
quarterback and just let his defense do what they would do, that they probably would have been in the Super Bowl. But because he was like, I'm going to do this and this and this, and I'm this
mm-hmm.
guy, and everyone knows that I won that last Super Bowl. I wasn't Drew Brees, and
Yeah,
blah blah blah. And anyway, they didn't make it.
yeah.
Whereas all these younger coaches are coming through, they've got new ideas. They talk to their
Mm-hmm.
players differently.
They talk to their
Uh,
players differently. They have different ideas. They're not stuck in this way.
yeah,
And that's what this is. It's like this guy's younger, but he's just a little version of the coach just got fired. And by
yeah.
little, I mean he's like 5'3".
Yeah, right. It's like a babushka doll of regret. Open him up. There's a 4'2" version that's going to be even more disappointing. Hey, you, don't make me get on a high chair and suck off that guy's dick for you.
Uh,
Dave. I should let you go so you can attend to your son's arm. So two quick things. What's coming up for you at the moment?
well, we're going on tour on the 22nd. That's it. We're just doing the tour. I can't wait for the tour to be over. So, because it's so much work
Yeah,
going,
for
because
sure.
I have to do two podcasts. You know, I'm writing one for the tour,
Yeah,
and I'm also doing one that week. So it's pretty exhausting. So I can't wait to get back, and then we're not going to tour for a while for till November.
right.
There's some push for us to go down to Australia. I don't know if that'll happen.
Yeah.
But that could happen.
It's always that fear that you won't get back in. So
Yes.
that's the
And
tough
that's
one.
really it's really heating up with all the I mean, we're building concentration camps and all the, you
Again,
know.
by the way, again, it's an old thing, you know. Those Japanese, they learnt a lot from those camps that they were put in back in
Yeah, we're gonna do it
pre-World War
again.
Two. Uh,
So I don't know how it's gonna go as far as like can we get back in? And I'm keeping an eye on it. Right now, no one no artists are being bothered, but when they start to be bothered, Hassan Piker will be the first guy to go. So I'll
yeah,
just keep an eye on him.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Hmm.
I just went to the Adelaide Fringe where I was working on directing Jenny Tian show, and
Oh,
you get a little oblique mention in her where people say to her, a friend of mine said, "Why are you moving here?" And I said, "Yep, that's Dave." I was very proud to see that you'd had an influence on a part of the show.
I just
Um,
don't want to see her in a camp.
yes, no, no, no. It's very nice of you to not want that. Um, but like, and I'm working on Alexei Toliopoulos' show as well, and the two of them are such a delight to work with, and
Yeah.
they've actually reignited a
Oh,
kind of
nice.
love of stand up, which I can't
Yeah.
wait to have ruined when I do another gig where none of them are at, and I'm just bringing on five fucking dickhead male comedians who, do you eat ass? No, oh fucking hell, aren't you a pussy? Oh, anyway, not as funny as that, of course, but like that.
Uh,
So anyway,
Yeah.
but I thought I'd leave you on this. I had this in my back pocket, and I thought you would love this. And so I want to give you a gift to take at the end of this podcast. So as I was walking down Rundle Mall, there was a street performer, and there were heaps of people around, and it was daylight, and it was a beautiful day, blue sky, a nice coolish breeze, and he was doing his thing. Hey, I'm a street performer. I wear a leather vest, and I've got a hat, and I've got a unicycle, and I have 9 types of VD. And he had a kid
Is that
in
last
front of.
part?
I don't know. I'm just adding that. I just how else do you explain those sparkles? So anyway, he had a kid lined up, and and the kid had something on his head, and he had what looked like I don't think it was a real one, but I think it was like a bowling pin, but not a, like a smaller fake one, not a
Uh-huh.
big heavy one. And he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna knock this off the kid's head," and everyone's, and then he did a pretend throw, and this is all as I'm walking past, and he did a pretend throw, and he didn't do anything, and everyone cheered. Anyway, he finally threw it, and he sconned the kid in the forehead, and it made such a it was so quiet suddenly in Rundle Mall, and it made such a pronounced thwacky noise as it hit this kid. Now this kid's about 9, so
Oh,
he's at the perfect age for it to hurt, but he's at the worst age that he's too old to have a cry. So he's
uh-huh.
like holding his and the crowd's like, oh, and the performer's like, "Hey, hey, hey," and he's trying to get it back on track. And I have to tell you, I've never been more disappointed to not be able to find an ATM, because I would have given that guy $100 for the entertainment.
That's really amazing.
And as soon as I saw it, I knew we were talking today, and I was like, that is going to be my gift to Dave.
Oh, wouldn't you? You should have yelled, "Hey, you'll get him back."
You know what? When I tell this story on stage, that's what I'll say.
Do the early stuff.
Dave, always good to see you. Thank you very much for catching up with me today.
Yeah.
Thank you to Dave for his time and another fun podcast with Mr. Anthony. I'm so glad I had a story that I could share with him that I knew would just, like that kid getting sconned in the head. This was the inverse. This hit Dave in the exact right place. So there you go. Once again, thank you to everyone who came to the Works in Progress at the Adelaide Fringe. I had a really good time in Adelaide. It was a last second decision. I went down predominantly to continue working on Jenny Tian's show and Alexi Toliopoulos' show. Both shows will be appearing at the Melbourne Comedy Festival. So if you are looking for two excellent stand-up comedy shows that are very different to each other, but they do share a joy. They really share a love, and I think you'll be in for a real treat. I also saw Rove McManus's show, where he is talking about his career with Rove Live, and that's another really joyful show. And as soon as I finished this outro, I'm gonna let him know that I said he's the most masculine thing in a Hugh Jackman John Travolta sandwich. Good thing I wrote myself a note. I would have forgotten that. And knowing Rove, he'll listen to it, and it's a compliment. He'll be wrapped. He'll be fine. So you know what? Make it up to him. Go and check out his show, especially if you're a fan of Rove Live. It was a delight. I also saw Zachary Ruan's Work in Progress. That was a delightful hour of anarchy, and AJ Lamarck's history of ancient Egypt. He's an extremely charismatic performer. All their works, they're still building them at the moment. They're still putting them together, but they're all great. And I'm so glad that I had an opportunity to go and see their work. So keep an eye out for them at the Melbourne Comedy Festival. What do I have coming up? I'm going to be in Brisbane on the 26th and 28th of March. I'm just going to be doing headline spots, and then I'll be back in June. Probably, I'm definitely doing a week of gigs, but I'll also do a solo show as well. So that's at Good Chat. So you can find details for Good Chat Comedy. If you want to come along on the 26th and 28th of March, please come and say hello. Or if you just want to wait until June, or maybe you can come to both. If you come to both, I'll make sure that I change it up so you're not hearing the same old shit. So that would be great as well. But I'd love to see you. Coming up on Thursday, Tegan Higginbotham returns to talk about her foray back into stand up. I feel like this is really good timing because I've just been over in Adelaide and engaging with stuff. So I have some thoughts as well that I'm looking forward to sharing with her. So that'll be on Thursday morning. Once again, if you would like to read more of the stuff that I've been writing, you can head over to Substack and you can find all my written work there. If you would like more audio, if you'd like more podcasts, if you'd like to be able to access shows that have never been released before, Patreon is the best site for all of that stuff. And if you would like to watch this as a video or you'd like to watch my live stand-up show, Little Victories, you can head over to my YouTube page and you can find all of that through my website, justinhamilton.com.au, and you can find all the links there. The next newsletter will be coming out next Tuesday. So if you sign up before then, you will be in time for the next edition. And as always, if money is tight, and God knows it most probably is, if you would like to contribute in some way to this podcast, a top review on whichever platform you listen to is always appreciated. But you know what? If all you do is listen or watch this podcast, then that's fantastic too. I hope you're well. I hope everything is shiny and exciting in your life, and you're surrounded by people that you really love, who really love you. And yeah, we'll chat again. Until then.